Hey everybody, welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. It's just been a day. It's been a day. What is it? Before we get into the Andy Burnham and stuff like that, what is it where all the way up to Christmas, it's rush. Then everyone goes on a break. And then the first week or so of coming back, it's like rush. It's like, calm down, dear. Do you remember that advert? Calm down, dear. It's just an advert. It's like that. But emails and letters and things. Yesterday was Excel spreadsheets. Why I order. And now it's like letters and emails and I need another holiday. I need another holiday. Can I please? Oh dear. I wouldn't mind as much, but it's just like I had a lovely day planned, and then it's just like one thing after another. Anyway, hello. Hope you're doing well. What are you up to? Have you noticed this? Share down below in the comments and stuff like that. It's just bizarre. It's very weird. I don't remember it being like that last year. It just seems to, like, this year, it's just the same pitch, the same level of rah. Kind of, that's like, what's going on? I don't know. Anyway. Never mind, send back to sender. It's all good. So if you're new here and wondering what on earth we're bashing on about, I don't know either. You join the club. Welcome. It's normally like this. So we're going to do an Andy Burnham reading concerning the groomings and gangs and things and stuff. Have to be careful, YouTube, stuff like that. And it's also a particularly not nice subject. But as soon as it was announced this afternoon, I believe it was, I saw it on my radar, my little kind of, my dashboard, whatever the cool kids are calling it these days, when it came up on the news. And I was like, I haven't heard from him well, obviously he's a mayor of, like Midlands, isn't it? Most people call, is it Manchester? Like up north? No, it's the Midlands. You're not up north. You may think you're up north, but you're not up north. But yeah, it's just very odd why he's suddenly kind of come out against what was going on in the what was it called? They had a vote last night. All the Labour MPs have clearly just won a P45. What have they done? They voted for cut of winter fuel. So we've got to do this on Newswiki. I know that we're separate things, but on Newswiki, we really need to keep a track of this sort of stuff because even I'm kind of getting very confused. So they've voted to put the student rates up. They voted for taking the winter fuel allowance. They voted against WASPy, I think it was. It a vote? I can't remember. See what I mean? They're just like, and then what else is there? It's just been one thing after another, and it's like. And now they've voted that there doesn't have to be a public inquiry. Bearing in mind, they will go back to the other reading because that feels like it stands true. However, what's intriguing today is the Andy Burnham thing, and so that's why we're going to be doing a current events reading on him. So because this, as soon as it was said. My gut, my intuition, my download, whatever you want to call it, my nudge. It was like there's something else here. There's something else that doesn't sit right. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of energy. So, 5 of Cups, straight out. There is something. There's 5 of Cups, obviously spilled milk, kind of things in the past, kind of. This feels more though. This could be the things of the past and that kind of stuff, but it feels more. It feels very much more than that. There's something there. That's Andy Burnham, King of Matches, eyes on the prize. Notice how he's looking at this shenanigans. There's allegedly, possibly, in my opinion, as a download type malarkey. Have to be careful. It feels as if he's stumbled across something. And that's why he's like, no, we need a full inquiry, that kind of stuff. It feels as if people around him, there's 1 or 2 people around him that are, I don't think it's from a political, I genuinely think it's more from a moral thing. that there is something going on that in that particular area the other shoe hasn't dropped yet. Ace of Swords, truth, knowledge, wisdom, breakthrough, information. Here it is. He's starting to speak up about it. King of Pentacles. That doesn't feel like stuttering Starmer, but it does feel very similar. I don't know, it's like his flunky, who's kind of the glorified Excel spreadsheet, kind of not necessarily about money, but I think that's part of it in this instance. But normally the King of Pentacles is all about kind of the value, the connection of people, places, things, that kind of yumminess, yeah? It can be money, but it's normally that kind of thing. So this is kind of a tot-up. It feels like a tot-up of some kind. King of Swords. Straight out, the authority here. The betrayal. For the new boys and girls, we always look at where the cards are interconnecting with each other, where they're touching, okay? So notice how the King of Swords here is also looking at the Five of Cups here. There's something more to it. And I may need to get the dinky deck out. I don't really, but it's one of those subjects like we've talked about before that I don't normally talk about things in kind of law and order and kind of true crime and that kind of thing, because I feel like the families connected have just gone through enough. Do you know what I mean? And I've been through it myself and stuff. So it's like I on the other side of it, like as a family member or a friend in that case. But yeah. So that's what. So I don't. No, I don't think I'm going to get the dinky deck out to clarify that. But just to know that I feel like both of these parties, they know, and I think it's kind of like hearsay bunny flops at the moment, but they know of things that haven't been covered in previous stuff, and I think that's why there's this disconnect. Notice that we've got the Ace of Swords here, that we've got the information. But we've also got this. I think there is, since it's almost as if this guy, and it does feel like a guy, wasn't, or the inner office of stuttering Starmer or whatever, flunky, wasn't paying attention to what Andy was trying to say in the last week or so. And that's what's made him go public. There is which is this Ace of Swords. This feels like an email, to be honest with you, between the two. And that's why he's kind of, and the betrayal of it here. And the Hierophant, once again, organizations, organized religions, law, order, rules, regulations, that kind of stuff. Very much kind of, notice how it's next to the betrayal here. Of the victims, the people, just general, yeah, the amount of like the domino effect to it, and so it's very much all about sorting it out. What's the point of having the laws if you don't apply them? It's that kind of feeling about with the Hierophant. But there's two here. There's definitely 10 of Swords. Wow. The King of Swords, like I said, I don't know who that is. That feels like somebody local, kind of Manchester area. So if you're reading along and you're from that area and you kind of know who that is, please educate myself and the village down below in the comments. That's also where you can suggest future readings for the channel as well. So put them down there and you can upvote them and all that kind of stuff. It feels like when I put the 10 of Swords down, there was a naivety to it. And it wasn't from the victims, it was from this guy, obviously, as the connection here. It's almost as if they were not necessarily involved in like a police way, or maybe even a council way. but they were naive. They were just trying to do the right thing, yeah, and go along with what their superiors were saying, that kind of thing, and they were just office flunky. Now, and that's hence the betrayal. And because of this betrayal, they've grown up, they've become wiser. They've certain reports have come out, that kind of thing, and it feels like another he is feeling as if, not necessarily for his own conscience, but to do the right thing when he, at the time, set the record right. Yeah. It's that kind of energy here. So there's two, even though Andy Burnham's getting the credit or getting the headlines or whatever, it does feel like there's two people here. One trying to fix a wrong in his, like, their personal kind of opinion of the situation. This betrayal, the letdowns, so they can sleep at night kind of energy a little bit. But it's not from a self, it's just it genuinely feels like to try and do the right thing, not from a selfish kind of I want to sleep tonight, but that was just a turn of phrase, if you get me. It's notice how the porcupine is looking into the darkness here with the moon. The deceit, the things hidden in the shadows. The last one here, 7 of Pentacles, persevering through to make things happen. Overarching energy, the King of Cups. Wow, we've got all the kings. Have we? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can count. Shut up. Yeah, this is really really strong. Underlying energy. The Messenger card again. I say again because it wasn't yesterday that we had a reading with the Messenger card and it came out as if it wasn't spiritually guided. This feels like it's spiritually guided. This feels genuine. Kind of, it's not dogma, as we were talking about before in the last reading. This feels genuine. This feels kind of white light kind of energy. This feels kind of to set the record straight, to do the right thing now. That's fascinating. For the new boys and girls, we've just done the base reading, so we're going to go on to get some extra cards. You know, we expensive pieces of cardboard. We might as well use them all. So let's get the prediction deck here. But that's fascinating. Like I said, there's some. I'm not going to dig into it because, like I said, I just don't want to. It's not really what this channel's about, really. But it's one of those situations where it feels as if. Like, this feels like a dossier. I know, like, an email sent in a dossier, some sort of information that these two have collaborated together. They've been trying to, but it's like, this feels like in their area, at least, it's the other shoe dropping. Okay. And I did notice that, well, like I said, with emails and letters and stuff like that, I'm sorry that I haven't got back to the many people who've commented, but I did notice that, and I did make a highlight of it. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Jane was saying, commented on one of the previous readings that we did about the public inquiry, or the only other reading, sorry, was saying that that the MPs had a vote and they said no to the public inquiry. What is going to happen? Well, this is kind of what we were talking about there, about these other people stepping forward. Like I said, it was a female. Like I said, there's a lot been going on over here, but I'm sure I remember that it was like a female, like not elderly, as you know, crippled kind of thing, but I mean like just a slightly older lady generation. I don't even remember if I've cut the deck. No, I don't think I have. Right, let's just. Anyway, so see what I mean? It's been one of those days. I'm all over the place. I do apologise. It's just like it's just. What a week! It's. Can we have the weekend now? Is it? Can we? If you wouldn't mind, can we? Can we all vote? Comments down below. Vote. I vote that we have the weekend now. Here we go. That's better. They feel better now. Right. Corrupt dealings. Straight out. like I said, this is the other shoe. This is the other shoe. There's more to this. And quite rightly, they're focusing on the young lads, the young ladies, primarily girls, and all that kind of stuff. However, there's more to this. There is way more to this. It feels like it was some sort of horrific enterprise, some sort of, there's definitely something else going on here. Public life, burnout. That. See, I need to be careful because obviously when it crosses into private life and stuff like that of public figures, we don't cross over. It's just so I can sleep well at night. But I think this feels like the final hurrah, because it didn't feel right when Andy Burnham was saying it. I thought, oh, is he going to come back? Is he going to try and wiggle his way in to try and get back into the MP jobs or whatever, level up again? But no, I think this is more his final hurrah, putting things right in this respect. Planned outcome is focusing, this is the dossier. Not necessarily the outcome that's come out right now. I feel like this was a planned outcome, and the dossier is exposing it. Yeah. Foreign occupation over the King of Pentacles. That's the Court of Human Rights and all that kind of stuff. Once again, because I like keep my channel, I don't want to get kind of a slap on the wrist from YouTube and stuff like that, but we all know what that is. Right, so King of Swords. There's that volcano again. But once again, the King of Swords is coming from it. Like I keep on saying, for the new boys and girls, the volcano, the heat wave, those sorts of cards, that's you and me pushing back. Kind of going no and standing up for injustices and for other people and that kind of stuff. And I was reflecting upon this earlier today, and maybe this will resonate with somebody else as well. That's why I'm going to share it. But I was reflecting on, there was someone in particular, one of these talking heads on some media, and they were kind of saying how the world has gotten worse and this, that, and the other, and will it ever get better? And, one of their sons or kids said, will it ever get better? And they like, it's always been the same and blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking to myself, no. How do you mean getting better? Because it didn't sit right with me. And that's why I reflect. And this is why I'm going to be quite definite. I'm like, no, we should be, in some respects, very proud of what's happening right now in this pushback and this change from Pluto into Aquarius that I keep on bashing on about, where everyone's rolling their eyes right now. I know. But this is what we're talking about here, is because notice how people are listening. Notice how communities are clubbing together and more collaboration is happening. Yes, it's from a place of upset, frustration, annoyance, some places anger, that kind of thing. However, people are talking to each other. People are communicating. Communities are forming. Do you know what I mean? Yes, the reasons for it are, in particular case, hideous. This reading. However, the outcomes could be joyous. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope you do. From years of being kind of divided again, separated in communities and very kind of like, then suddenly labels and this kind of thing came in and everyone's in a tribe and this, that, and the other. Notice how everybody's coming together. Notice how all sides, and this is what's happening here, this particular person, standing up for what's true, what's right, setting this, they feel like they betrayed them before, backstabbed them before, outrageous before, but we're going to sort it out. Yeah? It's that kind of thing. I know I'm wiser now. I know where the bodies are buried kind of energy. Yeah? Uprooted, taken out on the Seven of Swords here. Beautiful. The betrayal is taken. Literally what I was saying here. Yeah? Clearing the way so that things can really get going here. Hierophant. Floods. There we go again. The water for Labour, where they're kind of trying to tread water. They're drowning. They can't swim. There's too much water. The waters are rising. Blah, blah, blah. It keeps coming up. The pressures are on. Notice how quickly in 24 hours it's gone from, oh, no, hold on. Working people, right? Working people. The victims do not want a public inquiry. And then within 24, less than 7 hours, kind of like that Jess Phillips lady was going around. Well, if the victims want it, then we might do it. And then it's like turned into suddenly the interesting kind of. Can I also? I don't know where I'm going to put this, so I'm going to put it right here. Okay. You know when everybody was kicking up a fuss about Elon Musk and what he tweeted about Jess Phillips and blah blah blah, and she became the victim all of a sudden, and had all this kind of malarkey. Can I just say, because it's not being reported at all, is that Elon Musk was using the same language that Jess Phillips has been tweeting, which is now his platform, for many years about other people. And Elon Musk did it back to her, and then suddenly it's like, oh, you're such a horrible person, and blah, blah, Elon Musk, oh, what a, oh. Go back. I don't know if those just Phillips tweets will actually be there, but there are, who was it? I can't think. I think it was the Preston journalist fella who took screenshots of Jess Phillips, Jess Phillips' eyes? I don't know. Tweets from over the years saying exactly the same language as Elon Musk does. So he was basically trolling her with what she's been doing over the years. And then suddenly it's like, I'm a victim. Making it about her. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, and that's what I in my humble opinion, I believe it. She made it about her instead of, everyone focusing on the actual issue here. So I just found that fascinating. And I'm only, obviously I'm only going to talk to a couple of thousand people. So spread that around if you fancy it. Go and check it out. It's absolutely true. I was blown away. I was like, no way. But anyway. Ten of Swords. Energy weapon. The Awakening. Once again, notice there's three cards that are exactly the same kind of, this awakening, the aha moment, the light bulb going on, quite literally. Notice how the colours here as well, the warmth of it compared to all this kind of black and white, stale, Jobsworthy kind of energies, and the darkness over here. It's suddenly this bam, the Moon card, banking and currency. I need no, it's all about the money. It's the money connections. Sorry, I leaned back in my chair. I was thinking to myself, do I need the dinky deck? No, I don't think I do. That's the corrupt dealings we were talking about over here. That's connected to monies and stuff like that. Seven of Pentacles. There we go again. This perseverance. Like I said, more people are waking up. This enlightenment, with the explosions, explosive situation. People are like, what are you doing? It's that kind of energy. Okay? So I like that. It does feel positive. Like I said, even though it's coming from a place of negativity, I genuinely feel, upon reflection and meditating and stuff in the last day or so, I really do feel this is the start of something really cool. People building bridges, that kind of stuff. Like Dawes and I, and we're not rich, don't, and I think you guys can do it too. Majority of you anyway. We haven't gone back to a supermarket. We visit, like, we've gone in with others over the Christmas Festmas period, because obviously we're carpooling kind of thing, going to visit, other people driving. Oh, I need to go in to get some toothpaste or whatever it is, right? And we'll go in with them. But Dawes and I, on the way back, we stopped off at our local farm shop, and we haven't stopped going from there, getting our milk and bread and everything, cheese, all of it. All from our local farmers and stuff like that. And it's just like, that's it. That's now the change. Now we know where it is. And the only thing we're being penalised on, because we haven't got a freezer right now, long story, but because we're off grid, right? So it's a long story. We haven't got one. We're going to get one. It's all good, right? But the thing is that we're technically being penalised for not buying in bulk. Yeah. So it's like, and I know it's similar to other shops and stuff like that, but it's really interesting to notice that most of the things at the farm shop, our one anyway, are priced for bigger purchases, for people to have like a whole drawer in the freezer of chicken, and one for beef and one for pork or more. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. I just found that fascinating. But yeah, it's fine. We'll get a freezer. We're getting a freezer. It's all good. We're just out in the sticks. It's just one of those things where we hadn't thought about it. We could basically, now I've got to explain things. Basically, it cost so much to buy, because obviously we're off grid and all that kind of stuff, and certain things, because solar panels are naturally 12 volt instead of 230, 240, whatever, that it's easier to buy and cheaper in mostly, even though it's a lot of money outright, to buy a 12 volt fridge. It was like 500 quid just for a normal standard under the counter fridge. Like you like go into Curry's or AO or whatever it is, and it would be like 80, 100 quid, whatever. It's absurd. However, it means that we don't have to have the inverters on and stuff like that. So you kind of balance it out. It makes sense. You're not spending the money elsewhere on other equipment, if you get what I mean. So because of that, we don't have a freezer, but we now can, we've purchased a freezer. It's all going to be good. We're not living. Suddenly I feel like I need to defend myself. Anyway, overarching energy, the betrayed, backstabbed. This is the 10 down here. The awakening, the people realizing what's going on. Underlying energy. Society collapse. This feels the way things have been. It doesn't feel as if like, okay, start building a bunker in the back garden, lads and ladies. It doesn't feel like that. Don't get some sandbags. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like this is the change we're finally wanting to see. What they've built is on sand. It's slowly kind of being washed away. It's that kind of energy, which is what we want. True change. Yeah. Oh, what's that coming out? Classified knowledge, though. There is some classified knowledge that is in this dossier that I think is going to come out. It's hiding. The betrayal, I think, is going to come out. I would. You've got to be careful what you say on YouTubes. I suppose you could do it too. A little bit of homework for you people. A little bit of homework. The J report came out in 2014. Starmer had left at that point. He left, what I can gather, around about the end of 2013. He was there for 9 years, whatever. Years. He was there for years. Okay. So some of this, not all of it, but some of this happened under his watch. Okay. All I'm saying is the classified knowledge here, it instantly showed me a timeline. And it's like, you can do some timeline yourself. It's, and he's saying this is not been part of it and that kind of stuff. I believe it was one of the broadsheets. Telegraph or Times? I think it was the Times. I may be wrong. Educate me down below. One of the two. They broke the story about these gangs and stuff like that in 2011, I believe it was. 2011, 2010, something like that. He was in charge then. I'm just saying, right? And that's suddenly kind of, there's some sort of timeline that came up here, the classified knowledge of, and I think Andy Burnham, final hurrah kind of thing is it. So, outcome to this, please, for the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. I am genuinely even, because that's a word, genuinely, and I don't particularly like him. I'm very neutral about him, because I haven't had much dealings with him. But I'm actually surprised about like someone genuinely like Andy Burnham stepping up against the mold, as it were, and doing what he's just done in the last 24 hours. Because I thought, like I said, there was something, it didn't sit right. There was something here. And for him to think at the moment, this is his final kind of hurrah kind of thing, that like being able to do something good here, it doesn't feel as if that he's got reasons of coming back into Parliament or anything like that. Queen of Pentacles being kind of mumsy. This feels very much like, I always say things like mumsy, organised, Tupperware, that kind of thing. Homely, looking after each other, that kind of thing. Queen of Pentacles on top of the victims and what's happened and all that kind of stuff. And what was the other one there? Was it corruption? Yeah, and all the corrupt dealings and things like that. The heart is in the right place, genuinely. And I'm, like I said, this is the feeling I was getting. Andy Burnham, here we go. Justice, that's all he cares about. Wow. Straight on the top of him. Planned outcome, the judgment. Speaking truth. All coming out. Something about an ultimatum that's just popped in. I think this is what they said to the email to the flunky. It's like, if you don't do this by now, or you don't push this through, or you don't do that, I'll do it myself, kind of thing. And they called his bluff, and he did it. It's like, because it's like, it's bigger than him. Isn't it amazing? Like I said, I don't really know him, but just from these actions alone, isn't it amazing that one politician, you wouldn't see Sadiq Khan doing it, would you? But isn't it amazing that one politician actually has morals that's willing to do what he just did? On the same side as Stutter and Starmer. Do you know what I mean? It's like, wow. None of his MPs did. Just saying. What, 350 of them were there? All voted? Six of Pentacles, the give and take, back and forth. That's the email exchange, once again. It doesn't feel like money. It doesn't feel like a backhander. It feels like that's the exchange. The data was given, and now he's exposing it. They can't say they didn't know, is what I've just heard there. On this other person who, like I said, worked at the council or the police or social services or someone like that, who's trying to fix a wrong that they did. They were inadvertently, it does feel inadvertently caught up in it. And it genuinely feels as if they're just trying to do right. Okay? New start, new beginnings. Oh, beautiful. Death card. One of my favourite cards in the deck. Rebirth, reborn, renewal. Yeah? Slate is clean. That kind of thing. Like I said, it's a phrase. I don't mean this is truly, but they'll be able to sleep better at night. The weight is lifted. That kind of energy. All right? Good for them. It may have taken them a couple of years, but finally, it's better. Yeah, good for them. You don't see many other people doing it on this reading, do you? And that can be scary at times. I can get it. So uprooting, the balancing of the situation, the water's rising. Oh, I want to find out what that is. Page of Wands. That is kind of spin doctor kind of energy. I'll see if we can try and predict what the spin is going to be. I think this is going to be a distraction. It ain't going to work. They've tried it with the boat. It's amazing how they've... can you tell I haven't spoken to anyone all day? Been dealing with letters and emails, it hurts. It's amazing to me that all their spin that they've done so far ain't worked. They're going to try again. I'll get the dinky deck out to find out about that. Energy weapon. Chariot. Galloping on, moving forward. The snowball is a domino effect. Whatever metaphor you want to put there. Galloping on, straight on. Beautiful. Balanced. Notice black and white horse as well. Balanced with the temperance. The banking. The Knight of Wands. That don't feel good. Yeah, dinky deck for them. The explosive situation, the tower, perfect. I'm telling you, we're gonna get the thing. Ace of Pentacles. There's the offer for the inquiry. Hawk lady, where have you been, love? Where have you, Hawk lady? Yes, beautiful. Underlying energy. Gorgeous. They finally... It's been a long time coming, but this feels like the garden they've built. This is the public inquiry. This is making it happen. This is the thing. There's the offer. There it is. Plus, maths, 10 of Pentacles. Happily ever after kind of energy. Thumbs. Many thumbs. About bloody time. So, night, this night, I'm going to do both at the same time because they feel connected. They feel like same energy, basically. Yeah, I know they're just one up of each other, but can we clarify the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. Oh, by the way, if you're enjoying this reading, why not thummy like? That really genuinely helps out the channel so much. And thank you to everybody. It's such a blessing that everybody does that. It's so kind of you. Thank you so much for your kindness, support, generosity, all that good stuff. Thank you. Wow. What an amazing village we're building. Because it takes a village to support everybody. That is what we're doing here. So, Hawk Lady again. It's... When it rains, it pours. King of Swords. Yes, that's the judge. Moving on towards the judge. One more, I've been told. Some sort of... This feels like separate... It feels as if... And this is going to be weird, right? And I don't have the terminology, so I'm going to call it a baby inquiry. Okay? The Page of Cups feels like kind of a council inquiry kind of energy, low level. Do you know, if you get what I'm saying, in the hierarchy of things. That Starmer wants and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, well, local people could do local things. They're going to somehow feed into the main one. And that's where it's going to be. 10 of Swords again. The end of the betrayal. The sun is rising. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Love it. About bloody time. So cartoon clarity, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Okay. So. So. And just a reminder, because it has been a slow news week already. If you have any suggestions for any new readings you want to do, on the channel, please put them down below. Seriously, scraping the barrel a little bit. That's why we've been very loosey-goosey on the videos this week, because it's not much to go on, really. So, 6 of Pentacles. Investment in themselves. Investing in the situation. Investing in the public inquiry. Beautiful. The apology. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. Rite of passage. There is going to be the ceremony here, because it is a rite of passage, quite literally in some respects. It does feel the inquiry is going to happen. Tower card. New ways. This is the Fool card in this deck. Leap of faith. Going in new directions. What was that? There was that connected to something we've already said, but I've lost it. I don't know which card it is. I've got too many cards now. We've gone from one extreme to another. It's outrageous. Overarching energy, the stubbornness. Yes, but it's over. It's happening. It's breakthrough because of the blessing. Ha ha ha. What's that one there? Just out of interest. The wish, the vow, the making things right. I know things in this situation can't be right, but righted as much as possible and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? the support and that general kind of thing. But yeah, blessing. Beautiful. Feels good. Feels really, really good. So there we go. There we go. We're going to leave it here. So thank you so much for your company, as always. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this resonated with you and all that kind of jazz. If you've been reading along, please put names to faces and people and stuff in the comments down below. It really would help us out. Especially this King of Swords. Feels different to this King of Swords, by the way, just so you know. This feels like a judge. This feels like I said, somebody like counsel, somebody who was lower level now as a higher level or has left and is like, no, I want to fix this. Doing the right thing kind of thing. But anyway, until next time where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.